Yes. Back again. You don't need the building. You know what I'm talking about? Thank God it's Friday. People, you're welcome to the show. Just in case you don't know. Now you know this is Intercontinental Sports TV. The Don himself. He's here. Oh, people, what are you waiting for? Smash the like on the video. We're getting ready. We're set. I'm not here alone. You know what I'm talking about. Kule's is ready. Standing Gidiga, making sure back there, that city is still Gidiga there. Kule is ready. Robin, the same thing, is also ready. Knock them out of this panel. Great people, great man. Alright, welcome in everybody on the show. We got a lot about today. EPL is back. I'm right now. The EPL is back, people. I will have to discuss so many things. Let me quickly show you guys what we have the topic for today. We're talking about EPL review. The game 17, we're going to talk about the match of the week. The match of the day analysis. I'm talking about Arsenal. Where's this standing? In the EPL. That's number one. So far, they'll be welcoming Westham to the Emirates. We'll talk about it. Gabriel Jesus. Can they have any replacement? Oh, what do you think, guys? Please get ready. Chelsea is still struggling. Chelsea will also be here. Will be telling us what Chelsea has for us. Also, QATAR World Cup 11. What's your 11? Drop your comments anywhere you watch it from. I'm talking about the goalkeeper, back four, 3 midfielders, and the 3 up front. Let's get party started. Let me tell you something, people. This is Intercontinental Sports TV. Yes. Kule, what's going on, bro? You're welcome. Kule, talk to me. Can you hear me, Kule?
Yes, I can, boss. Good evening.
Hey, bro.
From this side.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, thanks for yes. Nice to be on the show again. And a Merry Christmas to you. Hope you are in the Christmas spirit already.
Only I won't lie to you, it's freezing right now. This is 9 degrees Celsius. I'm telling you, I'm chilling. I'm feeling the cold right now. It's 9 degrees at the moment.
9 degrees is not that bad now. You
You
can
are
still manage.
QB.
No, I had like where Mark is, and in
Mark
Canada,
is
yeah, I'm hearing minus. I'm hearing minus 20, minus 30. So yeah, your own is still better now.
All right, you're welcome, Kule.
Thank you so much for having me, boss.
All right, let me
Nice
tell
to be
you.
here once again.
All right, once again, Robbie, can you hear me? The main man himself, the Twitter man, the tweets man, the 2020 big boy. What's going on, bro?
Good evening to you, Don. I'm fine. I'm good. Well, it's good to be on the show once again. Well, I just like you said, league is back, and of course, we all are very, very happy to have the league back. And I think most importantly, just like you said, Arsenal against West Ham this weekend. I think it's going to be a massive one. So let's see what Arsenal can do going forward.
Yes. I also have Shaye Miodora. It's also standing. It's ready. Shaye, talk to me. Can you hear me? You're welcome to the show. EPL is back, Shaye. Can you imagine?
Yeah, I actually, in a way, I am pained because I didn't want the World Cup to stop because we had such a month of lovely football. Fantastic. And from a Chelsea fans perspective, we don't want the PL to resume because after going 5 games without a win, 3 defeats on the spin before the World Cup hiatus. I honestly don't want football to resume, club football to resume. That is, the World Cup was a really enjoyable. I think 29 to 30 days of football. So much entertainment, so many strange happenings, comeback results, comeback wins, underdogs getting really strange results. So it was a really enjoyable time, and it's just a shame it's now over, because honestly it was amazing. I think arguably the best World Cup I have seen, to be honest. So, and it's a shame it's now over.
I tell you, it's a shame, and also I think it's one of the best World Cup I've ever seen. I think I love Mexico '86. That was when I was like, okay, let me start watching football. As in Maradona still remain the GOAT for me. I don't know about Irate. Irate, talk to me. Maradona is still my GOAT. I don't care. What do you have to say, Irate? I'm looking for your trouble. You hear Liverpool lost to yesterday night. I didn't hear your voice. What's going on, bro?
Yeah, we lost. It was more of a preseason game for us. But yeah, it was good for.
Make una the fear God much more now. Make una the fear God much more now. Everything na preseason. Yeah. The one when I win, I be the serious match. Oh yeah, now fire on.
Well, that's. For us, the boys have to be. They have to be ready on Monday. No excuses. I think a couple of players will be back as well. So, I look forward to the game. But yeah, the World Cup was amazing. Honestly, very amazing. For me, it's the best World Cup I've seen. Yeah. And that final just was the tip of the iceberg for me. So it was a great World Cup, full of quality, drama, late goals. Everything you would want in a tournament was in that World Cup. For me, it's fantastic. The best World Cup I've witnessed.
Yeah, Kunle, do you agree with that? It's one of your best World Cup moments. The World Cup. What's your moment at the event? Which match will you say exactly that you really, really enjoy?
For me, I think it has to be this
Morocco versus
yeah, I'm trying to look at yes, that Morocco versus Portugal, because we can all say maybe Portugal probably were not at their best and all of that, but it was a very, very significant game because it showed that Africa finally broke the jinx of quarterfinal. And for Africa to now reach the semi-finals, you see, now an African team now has to start aiming for the World Cup final. Mm-hmm. Or now the minimum now is semi-final. Because what's the point of reaching the quarterfinals and you be like, okay, we've tried? No, it has to be the semi-finals, and when you're in the semi-finals, you have to aim. So for Africa now, the bar has been raised high. So I would say it is that game between Morocco and Portugal. That was the game for me.
Yes. Robbie, at the moment the EPL is back, and a lot of clubs will be getting ready. It's going to be a very difficult moment for some clubs that they are still expecting their players to be back, like Manchester United. I'm not sure Liverpool has so many players at the World Cup. It's just like that. We don't know yet. And also, Irate.
We even had a player in the final. So leave here. Yeah, we had a player in the final, and he came in and made a difference. See, you don't remember.
We know plenty now.
Okay.
We will plenty now. Martinez, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
All right, Robbie, the EPL is back. What are you expecting this time around for your club? I'm talking about Manchester United. What exactly?
Okay, for Manchester United, I think the expectations are not much. Let me try and toe the way of Kunle on this one, because before the World Cup started, it was more or less like win today, lose tomorrow, win today, lose tomorrow. The form was inconsistent for Manchester United. But I think with the second half of the season set to begin on Monday, let me say officially on Monday. Yes. I think for Manchester United, the club really needs to get moving as fast as possible. They need to hit the ground. The of us also, yes, they were done. You have enough. Is absent from everywhere. I'm so sure he's absent from his house. So nobody knows what's going on with the young man. That is another top dollar spent by United, million almost wasted. So this is more or less like a bad debt because no one knows how to motivate this player. It seems like as if the guy has just suddenly forgotten how to play football. So I think for Varane also had a very wonderful World Cup. He was active all through for France, and he went to the whole tournament injury free. So I think it's a big plus for United. United don't have any big worries right now. For the goalkeeper, he was not called up to the Spanish national team, so he had ample time to rest. He had ample time to train. So I think overall, generally looking at the team, I think the team is fresh. For me personally, I think our next game against Nottingham Forest is 3 points in the bag for me. I really don't know how the team is going to do it, but I expect that they win that game, and I expect that they win more or less the easier teams on paper. They should be able to beat those teams and get maximum points. Right now, we are still going up and down like Nepal light here in Nigeria. We are fourth today, fifth tomorrow, fourth today, fifth tomorrow, and so on and so forth. So I think
that's Liverpool now.
It doesn't see. Leave Liverpool. Let everybody face their club. So let Man United face their own wahala.
Exactly.
So the thing right
Man
now,
United get their own. No.
Thank you, my brother. So the thing right now is that United should be able to get maximum points from the relatively easy games on paper. Then they should try and see if they can get points from the big teams. And when I mean big teams, I mean the Chelsea, the Liverpool, the Arsenal, the Man City, and at least those are the traditional big teams in England. And let's not forget an emerging force that nobody is looking at, which is Newcastle United. So Newcastle United is a team that will give a lot of teams plenty of headaches. They were able to win their game in the Carabao Cup, I think, a couple of days ago. Yeah. And for them, they don't care how that win came. They just wanted to win that game. So as it is, I think United should be able to get maximum points under their belt from the first set of games that we have. We have about 3 games. I think we have about 3 games during this period before the new year or thereabout. So I think if United can get 9 points, then I believe we are on to something very, very interesting. Because from January, the FA Cup will also intercept and they stop the momentum of teams until February again. So that is just my own thoughts.
All right. Thank you so much, Robbie. I have also in the studio right now Okwe Adebari, all the way from UK. He's ready. It's an Arsenal fan. You know, Okwe is an Arsenal fan. So he has so many questions to answer on this show. But first, I'm going to direct these questions to you. Okay, you're welcome. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, Don. I greetings to everyone in the studio as well.
All right, you're welcome. Monkey Buboyin, so we they hear you. So Arsenal now. This next week, that's going to be on Tuesday. Let me pull it up. It's on Monday.
Yes, on Monday.
Yeah, Boxing Day. So it's going to be a match between Arsenal versus Westham. Straight into this quickly. I want to ask you, okay. Gabriel Jesus will be missed in this match. So how is Arsenal going to manage that? That's number one. And looking at transfer window coming up, is there anything you want to tell all Arsenal, or is there anything transfer rumor going on in Arsenal?
So first of all, starting with the game against West Ham, you expect Edin Nketiah to be the striker for Arsenal. The loss of Gabriel Jesus, you're going to see it's going to be evident in the game because Jesus brings a lot into that Arsenal attack. You know, he's a great hold-up striker. He fights hard to get the ball, and then his link-up play with the remaining attackers is absolutely fantastic. But let's not rule out Edin Nketiah. He has turned up for Arsenal in times where we've needed a goal. And he has always been there for us. And like I said, he has improved so much compared to the previous seasons. He's going to bring something different compared to Gabriel Jesus. And I think we'll see more of Arsenal trying to be an aerial threat. So we'll be trying to get crosses into the box. Because unlike Jesus, he doesn't move so much. He doesn't drop so deep. He would be in those dangerous positions, you know. He reminds me a lot of someone like Emmanuel Adebayo, who was always in those dangerous positions, who knew when to be there at the right time. So I'm expecting good things from Nketiah. He should be able to turn up against West Ham and get a goal. But then, going forward, Gabriel Jesus is going to be out for 3 months.
Yeah.
We know Arsenal fans know what it's like not to have Thomas Partey fit in the team. In what other position? In the left back position, or in full back to be precise, Zinchenko is injury prone, as we've seen. Tierney as well is the same thing. Cedric is not up to standard. So if you ask me, Arsenal need to go into the market and buy a fullback, someone that can play both right back and left back effectively. Ben White has been fantastic at right back position, but we all know how error prone Gabriel Magalhaes is. So I feel Arsenal need to bring in a left-footed centre back. Although Arsenal might not do that because they already signed Austin Trusty in January of 2022. He has been so far so good. He has been great for Birmingham City. He's a goal-scoring midfield, rather left-footed centre back, and Arsenal might not just buy someone. However, Arsenal has been linked with Indika from Eintracht Frankfurt. So, there've been rumors that Arsenal might potentially go in for him. Aside that, the strongest link Arsenal has to any player has to be that of Mudryk, the Ukrainian who plies his trade with Shakhtar Donetsk. He had a great spell in the Champions League this season, and it seems like Arsenal is set to sign him for £60 million. However, neither Arteta or Arsenal have said anything about it. So Mudryk is a forward. He's someone who can play on the wings, and we definitely need that addition because when Martinelli is not fit, when Saka is not available, there's a drop in quality. The team that goes out to play in the Europa League is probably not the best Arsenal team, and we need to change that narrative. One player who will be returning from injury for Arsenal, however, is Emil Smith-Rowe. This is someone that can bring a lot of quality back into the team, but definitely you can't rush him. Someone who can play on either wing and can play behind the striker. So if Arsenal want to win the Premier League, if they still want to maintain that number one position.
Can you imagine? You guys have 37 points.
Exactly. So
wow,
it will be sad if Arsenal let this lead go. So they need to make signings. I wouldn't be surprised if they are going in for an out-and-out striker, an established out-and-out striker. I would love to see that. And then, I believe we need competition for Thomas Partey. Enzo Fernandez will be a great catch from Benfica, but I'm sure he will cost a lot of money. He will cost a lot of money. The most realistic signing that Arsenal can make in January has to be Rodrigo De Paul. Atletico Madrid have financial issues. They want to get players off the books. We've seen Mateus Cunha move to Wolverhampton Wanderers for £60 million. Joao Felix is in the market as well. Thomas Lemar is in the market. Rodrigo De Paul is in the market as well. So Arsenal need to get shopping, and they need to get shopping quick.
All right.
Okay, I just have to say something. Because if you say Arsenal should sign another striker, a very good striker, like in your own words, what happens when Gabriel Jesus returns before the end of the season? And then you have another new top class striker who you bought for like a huge amount of money and you are paying huge wages for. So for me, I think you guys can cope with Martinelli and Nketiah playing in that position. You have Reece Nelson who can play on the wing. You can bring him in. You can bring in Emil Smith-Rowe. Where if we decide to go and sign another top class striker, that will cost you a lot of money. Like you said, Cunha moved for 60 million euros to Wolves. So for me, if I'm Arteta, I'm just going to trust in Eddie Nketiah and Martinelli to get the job done until Jesus is back.
Definitely, that makes a lot of sense. So at the end of the day, it's down to the coaches. But if you ask me, from a business point of view, I would bring in a new striker and sell off Eddie Nketiah. Because if you see the difference in quality between Nketiah and Jesus, you'll be wondering, can this team really keep up the momentum? There are two different sets of strikers, I do agree. But then again, when it comes to quality, I don't think Nketiah is up there. In my own opinion, I would rather even play Gabriel Martinelli as a 9, have Smith-Rowe on the wing, and have Saka on the wing, or Nelson, as the case may be, depending on the type of game it is. Because when Martinelli did join us now, under Unai Emery, he was playing as a striker, and we saw how potent he was in front of goal. So for me, the major thing is having that good quality, that level of quality in the team. Take a look at Manchester City. If it's not Haaland, it's Julian Alvarez. That's the type of quality I'm talking about. At the end of the day, you can't really compete with the big boys if you don't have good quality players. It's the same thing with Liverpool. They've got Firmino, they've got Darwin Nunes. So that's good quality if you ask me in terms of goal scoring. And I think Arsenal need to be up at that level. But at the end of the day, it's down to the coaches and what they see and what they feel is needed to make Arsenal win this trophy. Because Mikel Arteta is talking about it in the press. He's saying, okay, Arsenal need to do the needful during the January transfer market. So definitely they know the areas in which they need to bolster up in. However, the same way we see it from the outside might not be the same way they see it on the inside. So
Yeah.
only time will tell eventually on the position in which the club is going to go going forward.
Oh, all right. Somebody said Darwin Nunes did not score yesterday. Now we are moving to Liverpool right now. I rate you guys lost yesterday, and are you not seeing that Nunes to be? We should be asking some questions about this guy. I mean, consider the fact about the wages on the shoulder of this guy. What's really happening to Darwin Nunes? And do you think the loss yesterday could affect you going forward in this remaining of the games in EPL? Do you think it's going to affect you? I rate Liverpool.
First of all, on Darwin Nunes, I mean, even before the game yesterday, I remember talking to someone and I was like, Darwin Nunes, as the number of chances he gets that he misses, if he has been taking those chances, I'm sure he'll be part of the top scorers in Europe right now. Like, he gets chances game after game, makes good runs, does everything he's supposed to do as a striker. Then he gets to the front of goal and he fluffs his line. I really don't understand how he doesn't hit the targets in these situations. But here and there, he still, makes those runs. He also gives assists as well. So I'm sure with time, his finishing is going to improve. Like I said, all the other facets of his game are very good except the finishing, which I think will come with time. So I mean, this is his first season, and right now, if not that we have Jota and Luis Diaz out, there wouldn't be a lot of pressure on Darwin Nunes to deliver. So I believe it will still come good. Darwin Nunes for Liverpool, and like you mentioned, the loss yesterday for me. I was just watching the game, and when I saw the starting line, the game for both teams was, I know it's a cup competition, but to be honest, I just felt like it's for most of the guys to get minutes in. Some of the guys that have been away, to get competitive games back. They've been playing friendlies in I think Dubai for the last couple of weeks, and also the guys coming in. I think Monday, Allison, Van Dijk, and Alexander Arnold should be around for Monday. And I would love to see Konate, who I think has been our best defender this season, back as well. So for me, I don't think it will affect the uh, games going forward, especially for Monday's game. I believe that the guys would be ready. We also have some players back from injury. Naby Keita is back. Oxlade Chamberlain is back. So we have more options now in the middle of the park compared to relying on the likes of Curtis Jones and Avi Elliott to always come up with something. So going forward, we have tough games coming up, and we also have Real Madrid in the Champions League. So I believe yesterday's game was just more of getting the minutes in, getting back to competitive football, and just getting the guys ready mentally and physically for the rest of the season. So I didn't really read much into the game. I mean, from starting lineup of both managers, you can tell what the game was all about. So I don't think it should affect us going forward, in my opinion.
All right. I'll quickly talk about your game. You guys going to play is it on Monday? Yeah, on Monday.
Yeah, on
with,
Monday.
Aston Villa away.
Yeah, it's
I rate. Is there anything you want to share there? Is there anything you want to share there? Aston Villa versus Liverpool on Monday.
Yeah, it's a tough game. Unai Emery came in just before the World Cup, and I think he won his 2 or 3 games thereabout. I'm not sure. I think we know we played against him last season in the Champions League, and we know the kind of manager he is, and he always wants his team to be solid defensively. I don't know if Emi Martinez will be back for them. I don't think he will be playing. I don't think even if he's back, he'll be playing, which will be a big miss. Also, it will depend on our players who will be coming back. Milner, he went off yesterday. I think Alexander-Arnold should be available for that game. That's the only option we have right there right now. Also, Joe Gomez should not be anywhere near the starting 11 for now. I think
Why?
we'll just go. He has been shambolic so far this season. So I think we'll just go with Van Dijk and Matip until Konate is back. So it's going to be a tough game, honestly. In midfield, we have options back. These guys are mostly injured, Chamberlain and Keita, but I believe they have quality they can also add to the team. So I'm happy to have players back in that position of the field. And up front, Firmino was not available yesterday for some reason, which I still don't understand. Hopefully he's also back for that game as well. But it's going to be a tough game. I expect them to be defensively very solid, Aston Villa. But at the end of the day, with the options we have midfield and going forward, I think it might just end in maybe 1 goal difference, maybe 1-0, 2-1. But I think we should get 3 points from that game.
All right. Shaye, over to you. Now, we want to talk about Chelsea. And then the struggle continues. Hopefully, it doesn't.
Aluta continua.
So, Shaye, talk to me. What's going on with Chelsea? You guys having match against that'll be on Tuesday with Bournemouth.
Yeah.
So, what's going on with Chelsea? Are we going to see another sack looming?
Well, I don't think Potter will be sacked that quickly. I think he will be afforded some time. But they actually face a pretty interesting team in Bournemouth. A team that
Chai.
3 losses on the spin, 5 games without winning in the league before the hiatus. In Bournemouth, they actually face a team that tends to pick results up at Stamford Bridge. I think it's 3 wins for Bournemouth in the last 5 meetings at Stamford Bridge, and there was even that game at I think at Bournemouth ground where Bournemouth beat Chelsea 4-0. So there's some sort of a bogey club for Chelsea. So this is actually a banana peel because I think for Bournemouth they tended to play decent to good football under Gary O'Neill before he was appointed permanently. They have Sri Lanka, who is a product of Chelsea's academy in their squad. So he's their top goal contributor this season, alongside I think either James Tavernier or Phil Billing, who those guys can actually pose some threats to Chelsea. But in particular, I think Sri Lanka is danger man. But for Chelsea, going back to Chelsea now, I think they were one of the teams that must have been pleased with the break, because at the time they had several players out injured. They had results not going their way. In fact, they couldn't even score in I think 4 or 5 games before the break. So having had the break, I think they have been able to regroup somewhat. They welcome back Reece James, who Potter confirmed is in contention to play on Tuesday. We all know how Reece James helps Chelsea's attacking impetus, because I think without him, he's Chelsea's most creative player, which is a shame because having spent so much money on several players over the years, having your right back be your most creative player, I think it's embarrassing really. And when he doesn't play, Chelsea suffer. So having him back for Bournemouth is actually a huge boost for the club. So this one, it's hard to tell how fresh the players are. Of course they are fresh, but how well can they adapt to playing games again, having had about 5 or 6 weeks without football. I know they've played a couple of friendlies. I think they had a game against Brentford last week where they beat Brentford 5-1. Kai Havertz surprisingly scored 3 goals in that game, which is something that is quite unusual. So maybe those players can just find their feet and find some sort of form, because Chelsea are, like you said, are 8 points adrift in the top 4 race. Of course, they have a game. They have a game in hand, but that game in hand is actually against Liverpool, so it's not guaranteed. So they need to start picking up results, because before the World Cup break, they were playing really egregious football. So they need to get the win against Bournemouth and then build from there, hopefully.
Yes. And right now, let's look at the game we have over the weekend. I mean, by Monday, that's Boxing Day. Brentford will be hosting Spurs. That's the first game. It's going to be another tough match. And Crystal Palace, Fulham, Everton versus Wolves. Leicester City will welcome Newcastle. That will be another tense match. I hope Newcastle will. Robbie, something is wrong somewhere with Newcastle. The way they are going, if they enter top 4, are we not in trouble?
Well, I don't think anything is wrong with Newcastle as it is. Just like
The way you
before.
say something is wrong with Newcastle, like bust out into that.
So nothing is wrong with the team, and I would say it here and now. Eddie Howe has been fantastic with that team. I won't lie to you, and I think in subsequent editions that we've had before now, we all have commended Newcastle for the kind of signings that they have made. Throughout the summer transfer window, they did not sign. Well, in quotes, they didn't sign the most expensive players.
Yeah.
They didn't sign the most popular players. It is the performance of the team right now that is even making us know the so-called Gumarães, that this is his first season. Almiron has been there before now. Yeah. So I think Newcastle are just trying to stay under the radar, doing what they are doing. They don't want any form of attention as it is right now. They just want to make sure that they qualify for Europe. Yes. Ultimately, if this result continues to come in as it is for them, they probably might just punch above their weight. But right now, the most important thing for them, according to the club, from everything they have said, is they want to play European football next season. So European football might come in the form of Champions League, might come in form of Europa League, might even come in form of Europa Conference League. They just want to play in Europe. So that is the objective of the team right now, and that is more or less the driving force of that team. So there is nothing wrong with the team. They are doing very well, and I will tell you that any team who wants to beat that team right now, the team will struggle to beat them. Even Manchester City in the first leg did not beat them. Man United in the first leg did not still beat them. So what are we talking about?
That means that means Liverpool will not make top 4. Am I right?
The only team that has beat them this season is Liverpool. I remember that game was a last-minute winner at Anfield. Very tough game. That's the toughest game Liverpool has faced this season.
Yes, I remember.
So these guys are not playing at all. Newcastle, I've been watching them and I'm like, the way they attack, the way they defend. I mean, the balance they have defensively and attacking wise is just amazing. Like Robbie said, Eddie Howe has done a very, very good job with this team. And I see them going to Europe. Maybe Europa League. And if they punch above their weight, they might make the top 4.
And Liverpool will not be able to make it
at the expense of Man United.
Kunle, talk to me. Hear what the high rate is telling me.
I mean, Man United deserve Europe. Just be in Europa now. Just represent us well there.
For what? I need to. I don't understand.
I better get me ask him now.
So let the big boys, that are representing go to Champions League.
All right.
Which big boys?
Oh yeah. All right. On Tuesday, Chelsea will be hosting Bournemouth, Manchester United, Nottingham Forest, and the last game will be on Wednesday, which is going to be Leeds United versus Man City. And I don't like this kind of fixtures. I mean, imagine Liverpool play yesterday with Man City, and Liverpool will be playing first on Monday. Irates, what do you think about it? I mean, it's crazy.
When Klopp says something about it, they'll be like, "Oh, Klopp is here complaining." But I mean, it's at the end of the day over 48 hours for both teams.
Yeah,
but it's just what it is. The way the fixtures are, I think there's congested fixtures throughout this Christmas period, stroke New Year. So, but it is what it is. We'll take it.
All right. Kunle, it's going to be this moment we're going to do our Qatar World Cup 11. I think the viewers want to see our own first 11. I'm trying to share my screen. Okay, you still there?
I did, boss.
You remember all your friends in that watch along the finals? Yeah. I see there's the excitement. People are.
It was a great show.
It was. So let me share my screen. Let's quickly look at the first 11 for the World Cup. Opa, if I want to ask you, what's your greatest moment in the World Cup? I mean, that just passed. That's Qatar. Your greatest, one of the finest moments you can never forget that you love most. I want to hear from you.
It has to be Mbappe's second goal. That volley.
Oh, that volley! Wow!
That volley, it just has to be. It has to be that volley. I think that volley trumps everything that I witnessed during the World Cup.
Damn.
That's Mbappe's volley for me. That's my best moment from the World Cup, because that was a statement right there.
I tell you, and I think another moment I really pain me most. At least I know my country did not.
Can you say the name of your country? Let the viewers hear loud and clear.
So as we are talking, that moment whereby, what's the name of this guy? This France guy that was 1-on-1 with the
Colomwani.
Oh my God! I thought it was a goal. I couldn't believe that save. I mean, that would have put France to win the World Cup.
Honestly,
that's one of the shocking moments. It is what it is. Kule, what's your own best moment so far at the World Cup?
Your best moment at the I think for me it is going to be Casemiro's goal against I'm trying to remember that goal. That was
against Switzerland.
Was it against? Yes.
It was against Switzerland.
My goodness, that for me is the goal of. That for me was the goal of the tournament, because the power, the technique was. I mean, you would almost think that, is this a defensive midfielder that scored this thing? Because that is every striker's goal, man. And that was just a beauty for me. That was just it. I will crush on that goal.
Only would you take that goal over Richarlison's goal against Serbia?
That's another one.
For me, like
that goal is mad.
That's the number one goal in that tournament.
Number one.
I get like I said, I will give Richarlison the benefit of a doubt because he's a forward. So I think those kind of magical goals are bound to happen. But when a non-attacking player, you understand. That's why, now, imagine if a centre back if it was a centre back who scored, I believe it deserves all the mention because it's something they are not used to. You understand? Richarlison has scored a lot of fantastic goals over it. So I would say, come on, what can't he do? If it were to be a Neymar that did that, but for a non-attacking player to score a very beautiful goal, I mean, I think he deserves all the mention.
All right, what about you, Robbie? Is there any exciting moment you will never forget?
Well, for me, I think I think I would pick two moments that stood out for me. The first one I'll pick is Mbappe's second goal against Argentina, because the move for that goal. Let me cut away this Bayern Munich guy. Let me start from the moment where the ball was lofted to Mbappe. He nodded the ball to Thuram. Then Thuram gave him the assist for that goal. So I think that moment, the distance of the ball from the goal, the technique he needed to use, the power behind the ball, and it was a clean hit. The ball didn't scuttle the shot. The ball was not funny. The ball was a clean hit. It tells you his intent. It tells you his intent going into that particular moment. So for me, that is one of my standout moments in that final and of the World Cup. Then that Martinez save against Colomwani. I can't wrap my head around what would have happened if he did not make that save.
Absolutely.
What would have happened if the ball was 2 inches, 3 inches higher than his leg? What would have happened if the ball passed in between his outstretched leg and his outstretched arm? So a lot of what would have happened just keep going through my mind. But well, football being football, we cannot blame football. This is one of the reasons why we just love that game of football. No matter what club we support, no matter what country we support, football just keeps on giving. So, irrespective of that, I think I would also pick that as my second World Cup moment, because if, just like you rightly said, if that young man had scored that goal, it was game over, and the World Cup trophy was going all the way to France. So, those are my two World Cup moments.
Please, can I just say something?
All right.
Something just came to my mind, and it's about what Robert said about that Kolo Muani moment. I feel that Kolo Muani moment was not actually about Martinez saving. I think it wasn't a good effort from Kolo Muani, because I put myself there. What if it was Karim Benzema in that position? I doubt Benzema is going to miss that. So I would say that Kolo Muani thing was more of maybe a bad miss, rather than. I'm not trying to take anything away from.
No, wait. What
Martinez.
The reason why I will counter. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I will make my shot. The reason why I will counter your stand is because even top players, in certain moments of the game, when you believe that absolutely this is a goal, no, this guy will bury it. Even if he closes his eyes, he will bury it. They also have moments like that when the goalkeeper is just simply outstanding. That is where I actually want. If you don't see it that way, it's okay. But that is just where I want you to look at it from.
I get you. No, the thing is this. I understand that people are caught in the save because it was breathtaking. But I don't know. I just have a feeling that if it was somebody else, that goal is entering. I mean, even a Lionel Messi would score that.
That is more of a save than from Martinez than a miss from Muani. And I'm telling you, even when it was analyzed,
I don't know.
Thank you, sir. Thank
every striker. As a striker,
don't get it wrong.
You want to hit it hard and low in that situation, because that's a volley there. You can easily hit it over the bar even in that position.
Are you being called now? What about
hard
you being
and low? So Martinez came out quickly, narrowed the angle perfectly, and he was spot on with where his foot was. So for me, that's more of a save from him than a miss from Muani. Benzema could have also played. I mean, these strikers still miss chances, despite the fact that they score a great number of goals. So
but I feel that is where you see people like Benzema. Those are where you know that those
Benzema misses chances.
What is the assurance that Benzema would have scored that goal? That is the thing. You don't know. What is the assurance Benzema would have scored it? No assurance whatsoever.
Boss.
Don't boss me. There is no assurance in the world. There is no assurance in the world that Benzema would have scored that goal.
No. See, this is where I feel experience would really have come in, because let us not forget something, that France missed a lot of key players, right? And despite the fact that they missed these key players, they were still able to get to the final. Now,
did any of their performance show that they were missing anybody? No, from the group stage to the final.
Imagine, but what I'm now trying, France actually still showed a bit of struggles, because if you look at many of them, even in the knockout phase, they didn't really look. How do I want to say? They didn't really look convincing.
Guys, sorry. Let's quickly do this.
Okay, no problem.
Let's quickly do this. Let's talk about the team, the 11. For the World Cup, the goalkeeper. So, who do you go for? Anyone? Okwe, the best goalkeeper of the tournament.
Best goalkeeper of the tournament for me, Bonu from Morocco.
At that point.
For me, I'll go for Emi Martinez.
That's Argentina.
Yeah.
Coach, goalkeeper. Sheye, what about you? Is Sheye there? Sheye, can you hear me?
Yeah, I am currently blanking on his name, but Croatia's keeper, I can't seem to remember his name right now. Yeah, Livakovic. I think he, to be fair, on the ball, he seemed to have a bit some flaws in his technique, but I just think he prevented so many goals with his saves. I think that also shows in the underlying numbers. So I would have Livakovic as my goalkeeper ahead of Bono and Martinez. And also in our penalties, it was really formidable too. So I think it was
Then
a good
Kule,
choice to the World Cup.
who's your
Yeah,
best? Thank you, Shay.
Livakovic as well. I mean,
Ah,
that guy
wahala.
saved five. Was it not 4 or 5 penalties during the shootout? As in, like, even when it wasn't even in games. I mean, this guy was one of the reasons why Croatia actually got to the semi-finals. I mean, look at him against Brazil. He literally kept Brazil, made sure that Brazil were not, you know, we're not going to progress. He was, to me, he was even their man of the match because he was just superb. So for me, it's Livakovic.
Okay, I think we lost the Don here. He'll probably be back in a couple of minutes.
Okay, that's fine. Right now, I just saw that goal by Richarlison has been voted the best goal from the World Cup. That's not surprising, really. But we had some great goals.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we had some great goals. And I'm going to touch back on what Kunle said concerning Livakovic. I mean, honestly, there is no outlet or sport newspaper right now, 11, where you probably won't see Martinez. And if you say it's because he won the World Cup, you probably didn't watch Argentina's games or those penalty shootouts. For me, Bono was excellent. Livakovic, there were so many goalkeepers, even Chesney at some point. But I think overall, for what he did for the team, without Martinez, I don't think Argentina would have won this World Cup, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
For
Absolutely.
me, I think he's the best goalkeeper in that tournament.
Yeah. But guys, back to something I said earlier.
Oh,
Imagine if
Chineke.
France had most of those players, some of those key players that they had missed, like the Pogbas, the Kantes, the
Only,
Benzemas, and all.
only,
We had
even with those players, they were still beaten in the UEFA Nations League. Wait,
no, wait. What I'm
they were
trying to
even with
say,
those players. Okay, please.
what me I'm trying to say is that if they were present, that could it mean that maybe France would have had maybe an easier stroll into the final, or because I mean, for France to have
Even if those players are present, they could have been beaten.
Yeah.
Or they probably would have even been thrown out of the tournament before the finals. What about that possibility?
The funny thing is, you even mentioned Pogba. I don't think they missed Pogba that much. I think the person that you can say they really missed is Kante.
It's Benzema.
And Benzema.
Yeah, no. You know Pogba.
I won't say they missed Benzema now. Giroud turned up with the goals. Mbappe turned up.
Yeah, I understand.
Did they really miss
I understand.
Benzema?
Yes, but imagine where you now had the Benzema.
But even for Kante, Tchouaméni actually had a good tournament as well. Even for
Kante. Absolutely. He had a very good tournament.
That's what I'm saying. Now imagine if a Kante had been there. And then we know that Pogba, see, one thing. See, Pogba is like, maybe should I say like a Harry Maguire kind of. When it comes to club football, he's here. But when it comes to the national team,
he does not turn up either. He does not turn up either. Yes, he does not turn up either.
I'm sorry. There's a power outage from here. The weather is absolutely incredible outside.
Nepa carry lights.
I tell you, it was just sharp one. So I think I have to get UPS to. I mean, so that in case I'm going on like that.
Please don't ever complain about Nigeria again.
Don't be said. You know that kind. You know that kind of. You know that kind of sharp. Oh my God. So I'm going to share my screen back again. It's crazy outside. I swear down. It's the wind. Insurance in trouble.
Yeah, so I was just having this conversation with
All
Kunle and everyone, and for me, like I said, there's no newspaper right now or outlet where you won't see Emi Martinez as the goalkeeper of the tournament. But of course, we have to decide here who our goalkeeper of the tournament is. But for me, I think Martinez is the worthy winner in that position.
All right, let's move on to that's Martinez. Martinez for me as well. And guys, anybody watching this, you can drop your comment if you agree or you disagree with Istv crew that are saying this guy should be in goal. I'm talking about what's his name? Martinez. Am I right? All right, who is going to be on our left back?
I don't think there were standout players there.
Hernandez of France.
France, yeah, definitely.
Even though he made
I think
a couple of
He was a
errors
standout
there.
player.
I think Arsenal should buy that guy now.
Man, too expensive.
Okay. Where's he playing for? Which
AC
team is
Milan.
AC Milan.
Playing for AC Milan.
Let me remind you all, there was a point in time where both Achraf Hakimi and Theo Hernandez were Real Madrid players under Zidane.
Ironio.
Yeah, they were both Real Madrid players.
Wow. So who is going to be our right back? Hakimi for me.
Yep, Hakimi.
Yeah, Hakimi.
Makes sense.
Hakimi. And this back, full back.
On the left, I'll go with Givadio.
How do you pronounce that? That's
GV.
Yeah, GVIO.
GVAR. No, it's GVARDIO.
Sorry, GVR. Yes.
BIOL. Like
OL,
this?
yeah.
All right, OL. And then who's going to be on the right? Yobo.
Yeah, I
Who
went,
says
I
Yobo
went for
Joseph?
size.
I think Konate had good performances though.
But Konate didn't have
He didn't play all the time. No.
He didn't play all the matches. But when Konate played, Konate was solid.
Yeah, but he didn't. I'll go with size. I mean, for that side, for me, I think it was excellent.
I think Thiago Silva and Marquinhos were fantastic for the period in which Brazil was in the tournament as well.
All right. So who do we choose?
For an Argentina defender not to be there, it tells you how terrible they were.
No, I don't think Romero was that bad. I think Otamendi was worse, honestly.
Yes. Yeah, but Romero had good performance. Romero had better performances in the knockout stage.
Otamendi single-handedly.
I don't know why Scaloni kept using him. When Lisandro Martinez was there, even if you don't use Martinez, I think they're
Senior man.
Senior man.
Oh, it's okay.
So who do we choose?
Let's just go with. I would have said Varane, but Varane too was hot and cool.
No, I think Roman Saiz. I think
Roman Saiz
Roman Saiz needs to be there.
Performances up until he got injured. So
that guy is
SAIWS.
Yeah.
SAIWS.
All right. Who's going to be Amrabat? Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Wait,
don't tell me.
Position is a very key. There were lots of good performances.
Amrabat now.
Declan Rice.
No.
Don't call Declan Rice.
Amrabat.
What about
that one? No be
Amrabat.
Chouameni himself no even near Amrabat. Sorry.
Phenomenal.
Yes.
Bagbe. So who is going to be on our left?
We have to have Enzo Fernandez.
Enzo Fernandez.
Enzo Fernandez.
Enzo. Man, you there, Rabo boy.
And now for me, I'll have
Griezmann.
Luka Modric.
Yeah,
Griezmann. Griezmann, please.
This is
Griezmann. 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 If it's not Griezmann.
Luka Modric.
That means
No,
you
no,
put
no.
Griezmann. Griezmann.
was lost in the final.
Okay.
If you don't,
That
put
was just one
Griezmann
match, but
Griezmann, if you don't put
then
Modric
you put,
now,
they are going to put Griezmann as a winger because Griezmann was
We have
outstanding.
Griezmann up.
we have other people
Griezmann
in
up.
the we have other people
Push
in the
Griezmann up.
I rate
So
Modric
Up where?
Griezmann.
You're gonna put Griezmann up where in attack when you have players who take their attacking position.
Overall, I think I
No.
would just go for Griezmann slightly over Modric.
Ha.
Slightly.
outstanding
No,
attackers
no,
were
no,
just
no.
Mbappe and Messi. There was no other outstanding attacker, to be fair.
Yeah, we can put Griezmann up front then. Maybe we can have
Griezmann will be up
Griezmann,
front.
Mbappe,
now.
So that means you're talking that for the attack, that means you're going with
just
Mbappe,
the formation.
Griezmann, Messi.
Yes.
Simple, of course.
we can change the formation. We can change the formation.
Like this.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, then we can put Griezmann. Then you can put Griezmann there.
Better. If that's how you want to do it. I won't look at Modric. If Luka Modric is not in this team, then I'm
Only
sure
Griezmann played better than Modric at this World Cup.
Yes. Only two sons in my.
Modric.
What is Modric? I think his man was
everything is not necessarily by because maybe they reached the final or something.
It's not about reaching the finals. It was not. See, look at what's in Griezmann's contribution to France's campaign. It was flawless. Against England. That guy was up and running.
That is why
his passes were spot on. He was not. There was nothing wrong with his performance throughout this World Cup.
I think he created the most chances
that
in the
is why
tournament.
I said
Yes, he created more chances than any other player now.
That's why I said he will have a place in attack. Nobody, and nobody is going to argue that.
So the two up front are
Mbappe and Messi.
Now the last question.
Mbappe and Alvarez.
Mbappe and Yakubu.
And we could actually look at Olivier Giroud.
Please don't mention that scammer's name.
Scammer, you think it's easy to become all-time top scorer like that? Upon how he's a scammer.
To me,
you Arsenal fans that were so ungrateful.
If you're an Arsenal fan, you understand the real meaning of scam. Olivier Giroud
after he left, you guys.
After he made us suffer.
Guys, I want to ask a question now. Before we wrap up the show. Now, the player of the tournament goes to who, if I may ask? Is it Mbappe?
Wow.
Is it Mbappe? Yeah.
I think that picks itself. It's Messi.
Messi.
I think it's Messi. I would have to agree because I think
not Mbappe.
I think Messi single-handedly won Argentina.
I wouldn't even say just because of that. I would say more of assists. He has more assists, definitely.
Yes,
Mbappe
he was well balanced. He had outstanding performances. Created chances, and so I think.
Robbie, do you have your own idea?
I'll go for Messi.
All right. Cole the same.
I will go in a different direction, and
I will always go in a different direction.
What is it your direction? I think I would actually go. I think I will go with Mbappe, okay? Because it's rather unfortunate that France did not win this World Cup, because if France had won it, we all know that it was going to be about him.
That's a lie.
You understand? And
Messi would still have won best player.
Are you sure? With what he did in that final.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Forget to.
In 2014, Argentina lost the final. Messi was still the player of the
yes,
tournament.
And
he didn't even have the stats he had in this World Cup in 2014.
And that's because really nobody from Germany, you don't understand, nobody from Germany came close to women. There was nobody in Germany that was really.
I think Muller scored more goals, Seth, in that tournament.
Really? No. It was 2010. It was 2010. Muller scored. I think Muller had the most goals in 2010, if I'm right.
It's more
I might be wrong.
2010.
Yeah, I think it
That's
was
in
2010,
South
not
Africa.
14. Not 14.
Even
So
2018, Modric was the best player in the tournament. So it's not all about who wins the final. For me, Mbappe was very
yeah,
good, but
yeah.
Messi was better. Overall, I think Messi just
No, I know
You
Messi.
agree?
Sheye will agree
Um,
before now.
I agree that Messi was the best player or Mbappe was the best player. Which one?
Yeah, the best player of the tournament, Messi
Well,
or Mbappe.
the Mbappe argument, I feel if you look at the performances throughout the World Cup, against England, Mbappe was more or less underwhelming. Against Morocco, it was a bit maybe iffy. So I think looking at the performances throughout the World Cup, I think Messi played better over the whole World Cup than Mbappe, who had
yeah.
a couple of
Even in the
underwhelming
final,
games.
he was lost for 75 minutes. Mbappe was lost for 75 minutes in the final. So we can't see all of a sudden we should give him over a Messi that was creative, was
Yeah.
involved in almost every goal.
In fact, in the first half, he was not even anywhere to be seen at all.
They send a message. They send a message at that time. So okay, before another thing is now let's settle this. Somebody said the GOAT is now Messi. Can you, Kunle, give me the 5 greatest of all time players? 5 players.
5.
Yeah. You're number 5 because it's trending on the Twitter right now. The 5 GOATs or legend.
5. Now the way I will say it is not in.
We call Kunle because of our time. 5.
Okay.
Number 1. You're number 1.
I'm not doing it in hierarchy.
Okay.
There's no order. Okay, so Pele.
Okay.
It's just based on eras, right? So Pele, Maradona,
okay,
Zinedine Zidane, and Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo.
Do you agree with that, Sheye?
I would replace Zidane with Ronaldo, the real Ronaldo.
Oh, that means
which one is the fake Ronaldo?
So,
I just said Ronaldo de Lima. Which one is the fake Ronaldo?
So, Sheye, you are saying Pele,
Maradona, Ronaldo, Messi, and Cristiano.
That's 5. Over to you, Robbie. Robbie, 5. Mention 5.
Okay, so I'll go with Pele, Maradona, Ronaldo de Lima as well. I think I'll go with Sheye's plan. Messi, then Ronaldo.
All right. How about you? I'm coming to you now, Irate. Your number, your 5.
5. Yeah.
Yes.
I'll actually put my own in. I'll have an hierarchy for them. Number 1, I'll go with Lionel Messi. Number 2, I'll go with Pele. 3, Maradona. 4, Cristiano Ronaldo. 5, Ronaldo de Lima.
Okay, that's 5. Okwe.
It's a tough one because for me, I'm trying to pick between Zidane and Ronaldinho. It's a hard one, but I think Ronaldo de Lima and Zidane were exceptional, but I think Ronaldinho was just perfect. If you ask me, he just had it all. So I'll go with Pele, Maradona, Ronaldinho, Cristiano Ronaldo, then Messi.
Can you imagine?
Sorry, Didon.
What do you want to
say? I have a completely alternate list from all these names that we've mentioned. Right. Am I allowed to go at that?
Okay.
But it's also going to be based on eras. So I will first go with Alfredo Di Stefano. I said alternate. I said, am I not? Oh, yeah, I'm not doing it. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. You know what? As somebody was telling me the greatest player that's ever played, I noticed Irate said something.
Yeah.
He mentioned Messi first. Irate, you said Messi first, then you now say Pele. Why did you say that? Why? Because let me share your preference. Why did you mention Messi first before Pele, then Maradona?
Yes, for several reasons. I mean, not a lot of reasons, but a couple of reasons. Let me put it that way. First of all, we all know this thing is different eras, right?
Yeah.
And for me, Pele, I think one thing that is against Pele and is for Messi is the fact that Pele played in Brazilian league all his life. That is number one. Number two, I had this argument to like Messi Maradona. Maradona was only like consistent and reigning for about 7 years. Messi has been there now about 15 years and counting. He's not done. This man is not done. Consistently, year on year. I think last season was probably his worst season before he even became professional. Last season when he moved to PSG. And now he's backfiring with PSG. So for me, the longevity, the fact that he played in tougher competitions. Pele's goals. I mean, Brazilian FA will argue he scored a lot of goals against Boy Scouts and the Brazilian Army, which they counted as official goals. I found out very, 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 very impossible for them to even think of that. So, and the fact that Messi has all of these facets to his game, apart from even scoring goals, assists, and creating chances.
Yeah.
For me, I don't think I've seen any other player on that. I mean, I've watched videos of Maradona and Pele, but there's just something special about Messi. Anytime he gets on the ball and he's in the mood, he's almost unstoppable, honestly. So for me, for these reasons, he just edges all the other players for me.
Robbie, do you agree with that? Robbie, quickly.
I would agree with him absolutely. I think in everything I said, he just hit it spot on. So I will not add, I will not subtract. Yes, I agree with I rate all the way.
Okay, Adebari, do you agree with that?
Come again.
Do you agree with I rate on Messi being the number one? Because he mentioned Messi 1, Pele 2, and number 3 was Maradona. Yeah, Maradona.
Yeah, Maradona 3.
I understand. I understand the rationale behind that because first of all, Messi has completed everything. Messi has played longer, and Messi has been at the top for a longer period compared to the rest of them. So yes, I do agree with that. If you take a look at the number of seasons that first of all Maradona spent as a professional, then you further go into the number of seasons he spent being on top of his game. In a way, somehow you might not put Maradona in the top 5. You might end up putting somebody like Zidane ahead of him. You might end up putting somebody like even Johan Cruyff ahead of him, depending on the way you view it. Because if we go down to trophies, then we say the next barrier is the number of years you've spent being on the top of your game. Then we'll want to throw in other players into the conversation. But you can't deny the fact that Maradona was also special, just like Messi. So, deserves that honorable mention. So, yes, I agree with Irate.
Irate, you won the game. Irate all the way.
Messi all the way.
Messi all the way. I know Kule will come back.
No win.
I know
He
Kule
did not win anything. That Maradona that he's downgrading, imagine.
No. Maradona, I keep wondering, do you know, Irate, Maradona Lamanso.
So
I
I hate to say it. You see, this is the problem. This is the problem. This comes in when we start doing comparisons. The problem is that these players that we're even comparing, they were all playing in different eras when football was played at a different
God
level.
bless you, Okpe.
So,
That's what I see.
So
for
let's
you
just
to now
leave them
downplay
their eras.
Maradona was
That's why I
less
didn't grade and
See,
call it
Okpe.
because
Okay, that was why I
number,
said
it could
let
not
us
be
just
fair
call
to
them
set
instead of
players.
calling them goats. Let us call them Gohi. Greatest of his era. or like someone said a few days ago, Goatee, greatest of this era or greatest of that era.
What I would say is a lot of older people just have this sentimental argument for Maradona and Pele. Oh, I watched him, I did that. Fine, watch him. Like I said, this man was on top for how many years? And how did his career even end? He was banned from the World Cup 94 for drug-related offenses. I can't compare such man to Messi, in my own opinion. So,
but the ironic thing is that even with the drug-related offenses, it really did very little in tarnishing Maradona
how
teammates
are
because
we even
he was
sure
held
if
in
we're
so
able
much.
to detect
Ah,
because
evidence?
it
which
was
Covedaland?
Maybe he has
no.
I think
See,
to be
Maradona
fair,
was still
Kule,
held in high
I
regard
think football
now.
fans, I think we loved Maradona too much that we actually
Exactly.
condemned his personal issues. I think he was loved too much, and we didn't see his personal issues as a problem.
Exactly.
And he didn't get condemnation from football fans. So
He didn't get
he kept doing what
condemned. I mean, he
doing. At
was
the end of
loved
the
all
day,
the way.
his habits got him killed. So I mean,
Did you see his state funeral? Didn't you see his funeral?
Omo,
Argentina, the whole of
people-
Argentina was in lockdown,
you-
and that's where he drug addict to. So irate, you better know what you are saying.
Irate.
I said my own. Olu Omo Messi one.
See, irate. God
Omo
forbid.
loco.
God forbid if Messi were to die tomorrow. See, his funeral cannot be like the way it was for
I don't
Maradona.
care
That's
about
where you.
funeral. I care about what
Okay,
he
you will
did when
know.
he was alive.
I'm just
I don't
telling you. I'm just trying to let you know.
So guys, we got to end this show like this. So I'm going all the way. The match between Brentford and Spurs, I think Spurs should be able to win that. Crystal Palace score, that should be a draw. Everton, Wolves. Everton's going to win 1-0. Leicester City, Newcastle, draw. Southampton versus Brighton, draw.
Newcastle is winning.
Liverpool,
Why is everybody drawing?
Aston Villa, Liverpool, draw. Arsenal, West Ham,
No,
draw.
Aston Villa win. No, Aston Villa win.
Chelsea,
Bournemouth will win.
Arsenal versus West Ham. Oh, that one I draw. 1-0 West Ham away. West Ham
No,
win.
Arsenal will win,
you
sha,
can
but
see
just
the asterisk
1-0.
behind.
just imagine. Okay, we're getting to Man U, Nottingham Forest.
Yes, Chelsea, Bournemouth.
That's
Chelsea.
the only win.
Chelsea go to lose again. Yeah.
Chelsea fans already. Even for Kelly, is counting it right now. It's a long season for them.
So the next match will be Leeds versus Man City, of course. So that's the end of Man U versus Nottingham Forest. Of course, yes, we are back. Man U in the group. Smash like on the video, people. Thank you so much, guys. Kule, thank you so much, man. It's been a fantastic moment. Thank you, Kule. Robbie, all the way.
All right. You're welcome.
All right. Irate, thank you so much, man.
Thank you, bro.
All right. Mediora.
Yeah, thank you, the Don. Chelsea will win this weekend, don't worry. Alright, on Tuesday.
All right, okay. Everybody.
Always a
Arsenal
pleasure,
versus West Ham. Arsenal, Jamison, Agbemide Benson. Arsenal versus West Ham.
3-0.
Who's winning?
3-0. Arsenal 3, West Ham 0.
All right.
NETFS.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. One love, bro.
Always a pleasure.
All right, guys. Smash the like on the video. This is how we roll, and this is how far we can go. Don't forget, the EPL is back. For real, back to business. Smash the like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. One love, people. This is how far I can go tonight. Bye for now.